is August 12th, 2025. Please join me with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please bow your heads for a brief invocation. Good evening. As we gather to serve our community, may we be guided by wisdom, compassion, and integrity. Let our discussions be fair, our decisions just, and our actions united in purpose. May we always strive to foster understanding, collaboration, and progress for the good of all. Amen. Next, I would like to recognize our Miami Valley Communication Council TV operator, Evan Russell. Thank you for your assistance, Evan. I would like to call upon Mrs. Fisher for a motion to approve the minutes.
I'm going to pass this vote to Mr. Sullivan.
Your Honor, I have read and reviewed the council meeting and workshop minutes from July 22nd of 2025. I find them in order and I move for approval.
Second.
Is there anyone who wishes to amend or have any questions about the minutes? Okay, please call the roll.
Mr. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mrs. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Ms. Duval?
Abstain.
Mr. Suddeth?
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Okay.
Mayor Lehner?
Mayor Lehner.
We have no appointments for this evening. We have no public hearings this evening. I would like to, at this point, invite anyone who wishes to speak before council with comments or new information about the legislation on tonight's agenda, down to do so at this time. Each speaker is limited to 5 minutes. Speakers must state their name and address, and comments should be addressed to council. If you have any comments that are not about the legislation on tonight's agenda, there will be an opportunity for those to be heard later in the meeting. Is there anyone who wishes to come down and speak? Okay, seeing nobody coming down, we will then move on to ordinances in second reading, and we have none. Ask Mrs. Fisher to start the resolutions.
Your Honor, I have a resolution authorizing the city manager to accept a 2025 community safety grant from CenterPoint Energy. It's both cost and budgeted at $2,500 requested by the fire department, and I move for approval.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and approved. I'll call on Mr. Grease.
Yes, Your Honor. Go by any name. So, thank you. The Kettering Fire Department has been awarded $2,500 as part of the 2025 Community Safety Grant with CenterPoint Energy. There are no matching funds required by the City of Kettering. And Chief, if you want to talk about how you might expend those funds.
This is an expansion of our thermal imaging camera program. We currently have those cameras in our officer seats of the fire apparatus, and this will place those cameras in the jump seat or the firefighter seat of the fire engines and the ladder trucks. This will allow our crews to go in and blacked out conditions and find missing persons using that technology and look for search persons on lost persons. Thank you.
Good. Anyone have any questions? Call the roll.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mrs. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Ms. Duval?
Yes.
Mr. Suddeth?
Yes.
Mayor Lehner?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have a resolution authorizing the national opioid litigation settlement with Purdue Pharma LP and the Sackler parties as negotiated through the One Ohio Memorandum of Understanding and approving the 13th amended Joint Chapter 11 Plan of Reorganization of Purdue Pharma LP and its affiliated debtors. This is requested by the Law Department, and I move for approval.
Second.
Mr. Hamler, do you have anything to add?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Members of council, good evening. This resolution will accept the One Ohio subdivision settlement with Purdue Pharma LP and the Sackler parties and authorize execution of documents necessary to effectuate that settlement. The settlement was negotiated through the Ohio Attorney General's office under the One Ohio Memorandum of Understanding regarding the pursuit and use of potential opioid litigation settlement funds. Since Purdue Pharma is in bankruptcy, the settlement must also be approved by creditors of Purdue Pharma as part of the Chapter 11 reorganization plan. As a creditor in those proceedings, the city is entitled to vote on the plan. Staff recommends approval of this resolution. I'd be happy to address your questions.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Call the roll.
Mr. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mrs. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Ms. Duval?
Yes.
Mr. Sedith?
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Mayor Laner?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have a resolution ratifying a contract for traffic signal maintenance and authorizing an additional expenditure of funds. The estimated cost is $42,000 and the amount budgeted is $27,000. This is being requested by the engineering department and I move for approval.
Second.
Okay, Mr. Bergstresser.
Thank you, Your Honor. This resolution will allow the city to expend up to $42,000 for Capital Electric to maintain our traffic signal system through the remainder of this year. We've had some unanticipated expenditures, particularly due to some vehicle crashes that have impacted our traffic signal system equipment. The threshold for the contract amount is now above the threshold for council action, above $25,000. So therefore, we are requesting an amendment to the contract and allowance up to spend up to $42,000 through the remainder of the year. Be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Okay, seeing none, call the roll.
Mrs. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Ms. Duval?
Yes.
Mr. Sedith?
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mayor Laner?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have a resolution authorizing an additional expenditure of funds for engineering services with TEC Engineering Incorporated. Estimated cost is $40,000. That is the amount available and is requested by the engineering department. I do move for approval.
Second.
Thank you. Mr. Bergstresser.
Thank you, Your Honor. This resolution will allow the city to spend additional funds with TEC Engineering to design and prepare plans for a future street lighting project on Dorothy Lane between Wilmington Pike and Woodman Drive. This engineering contract is under our general engineering services contract, of which TEC was selected through a competitive process late last year to perform services under this contract for us. The original legislation that was passed in 2024 provided approval for $75,000. We would like to use TEC to design this project, which this project, along with other projects that we have in the hopper, would put us over that $75,000 threshold. So we'd like to go up to $100,000 to incorporate this project in order to keep the design on schedule for the project that's scheduled for construction in 2029. Be happy to answer any questions.
Okay. Any questions? Seeing none, call the roll.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Ms. Duval?
Yes.
Mr. Sedith?
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mrs. Hall?
Yes.
Mayor Laner?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have a resolution to declare the necessity and intention of acquiring certain property interests in project parcels 7WD and 7T of the Marshall Road Improvements Project, City Project Number 02-120I, ODOT MOT Marshall Road Improvements, PID 116891. The estimated cost and amount budgeted is $524. This is requested by the engineering department, and I move for approval.
Second.
Okay. Once again, Mr. Bergstresser.
Thank you, Your Honor. This is a project that we spoke about earlier during your workshops, the 2026 Capital Improvement Program project that will involve the resurfacing of Marshall Road. between East David Road and Wilmington Pike. A portion of the project involves the replacement of curb ramps at various intersections along the project corridor. Because we are replacing those curb ramps, the acquisition of additional right-of-way is required from 14 properties along the corridor. We have been negotiating, along with our consultant, with the owners of those parcels, various parcels. There is one particular parcel located at 1301 Wheatland Avenue, which has been uncommunicative so far. So in order to keep the project on schedule and not jeopardize our federal funding that we have allocated for next year, we are recommending proceeding with this resolution of necessity, which will begin the process of appropriating the necessary right-of-way from this particular parcel. Be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Any questions? Okay, please call the roll.
Ms. Duval?
Yes.
Mr. Sutton?
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mrs. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mayor Lehner?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have a resolution authorizing the city manager to use competitive bargaining and negotiated quotes to contract for replacement of existing carpet at various locations within the Kettering Municipal Court building. The estimated cost is $35,000, the same amount budgeted. This has been requested by the Public Services Department, and I move for its approval.
Second.
Okay, Mr. Greason. No, I'm sorry. Mr. Bergstresser.
Thank you, Your Honor. Last one for me. Fairly simple. This resolution will allow us to contract for the replacement of existing carpet within various locations within the municipal court building. We do have $35,000 budgeted in this year's capital improvement program to complete this project. Be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Mr. Sutton?
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mrs. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Ms. Duval?
Yes.
Mayor Lehner?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute a memorandum of understanding for the revitalization of the Dwight L. Barnes building. It has been requested by the city manager, and I do move for approval.
Second.
See if I can get this right. Mr. Greason.
Thank you, Your Honor. The Dwight L. Barnes building is located at 3750 Far Hills Avenue, if you didn't know that, and is owned by Kettering City Schools. It was constructed in 1929, and it has served the community as a high school, a junior high school, as well as office space and storage for the school district. It is a historically significant building. It sits in a prominent location in the heart of our community. However, it is no longer being used for educational purposes, and it was previously slated for demolition. The city has participated in recent efforts to evaluate the adaptive reuse of the building, and tonight you are considering a non-binding memorandum of understanding that describes the commitment of the various parties to prevent its demolition, to renovate and revitalize the building as a space for school administrative offices, co-working, meeting, and event space. And when I say the parties, there are 5 of them who are collaborating on this endeavor: the Kettering City Schools, the City of Kettering, the Shevitz Foundation, a charitable foundation in our community, Cohatch, who operates co-working, meeting, and event spaces, and the Kettering Development Corporation, KDC. This MOU further describes the city's commitment specifically to use tax increment financing, a tool called for economic and community development called a community reinvestment area, which is a tax abatement, the Kettering Incentive Program, which would provide income tax incentives for up to 10 years, and a historic preservation grant up to $500,000 to support project costs. The project aims to serve what I believe are multiple public goals, one of which is preserving history of the community and a historic asset in the heart of our community. It will enhance the center core of the city, and readers of our strategic plan will note that there are at least 2 major goals that focus on that, both in the economic development section as well as in the livability section of our strategic plan. So we think it fulfills our strategic plan. And it will create a space to locate and grow businesses and entrepreneurial activities in our community. You could add that it will provide meeting and event space that will serve our citizens. We believe it is consistent with the goals of our strategic plan, strengthens our relationships and partnerships with community partners, and adds many benefits. There is lots to work to be done. This is a memorandum of understanding that articulates how we will work together to bring this to fruition. However, we will need to actually do that. And over the course of the coming year, the city would support the efforts of the partners to bring it to fruition, solidify our commitments, and hopefully save the barns. I'd be glad to answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you very much. Anyone have any questions? Okay, please call the roll.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes. We're out of order, but it's okay.
Am I out of order? I'm sorry.
You're okay.
No, you read it. You read it.
Oh, yeah, yes.
That's
I
all right.
It was
am
a
out
long
of
time
order.
ago, wasn't it?
That's right.
Mr. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mrs. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
An emphatic yes.
Ms. Duval?
Yes.
Mr. Sedith?
Yes.
Mayor Lehner?
With great pleasure, yes.
Your Honor, I have a resolution authorizing the city manager to apply for a lead hazard reduction program and healthy home grant from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. This is requested by the Planning and Development Department, and I move for approval.
Second, for the lead hazard reduction.
Oh, thank you.
Mr. Chudowski.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Please, the council, I'll defer a summary of this particular legislation to Mr. Robillard, who's with us this evening.
Thank you, Your Honor. This resolution will allow us to apply for a grant through the Department of Housing and Urban Development. We plan on applying for $1.3 million in lead hazard reduction funds and $400,000 in healthy homes supplemental funding. The grant will provide owner-occupied housing rehab earning less than 80% of the area median income, and then also giving a priority to homes with children under 6. This grant will be used to abate the lead problems in homes throughout Kettering. Approximately 80% of homes in Kettering were built prior to 1978, in which there would be a high potential level of lead in those homes. We anticipate serving about 40 people over the 4-year period of this grant, which is about 10 homes a year. And it will directly benefit current residents and contribute to the long-term health and safety of our residents. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Any questions? God. Is that it? Okay, thought you were raising your hand. Okay, sorry. Okay, call roll.
Mr. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mrs. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Ms. Duval?
Yes.
Mr. Sedith?
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Mayor Lehner?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have a resolution authorizing the city manager to use competitive bargaining and negotiated quotes to contract for demolition of buildings located at 3916 Wilmington Pike, 2050 East Stroop Road, and 2335 South Smithville Road. The estimated cost and amount budgeted is $74,555. This is requested by Planning and Development, and I move for approval.
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded, Mr. Bryan?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Please, the council, I'll defer the explanation of this legislation to Mr. Robillard.
I'm getting the message.
Thank you, Your Honor. This will allow us to move forward on the demolition of 3916 Wilmington Pike, which is the former Kawasaki building, 2050 East Stroop Road, which is the former Smokes for Less building, and 2335 South Smithville Road, which is the former Van Buren Tap Room. The These three are three different projects. The 2050 East Troop Road is a nuisance abatement program demolition that we're doing. The former Kawasaki building is owned by the city of Kettering, so we're making room for economic development purposes. And Van Buren Tap Room is actually owned by the Kettering Development Corporation, and we have been contracted through that corporation to demolish that building. And just a little side note, the city funding for the former Kawasaki building will come from amounts that were previously committed by City Council. Be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions?
I don't think anyone's going to miss those three buildings in Kettering. It's a good move.
Call the roll.
Mrs. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Ms. Duval?
Yes.
Mr. Sutton?
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mayor Laner?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have a resolution approving amended and restated City of Kettering Housing Rehabilitation Program guidelines. This is requested by the Planning and Development Department, and I do move for approval.
Second?
Okay. Mr. Robillard, I believe you want to speak.
Thank you, Your Honor.
He gave us-
From time to time, community development staff proposes updates to our housing rehab program. In this case, there's a couple of areas that we are updating, primarily to make it easier for applicants to not only apply but also manage their loans through the city. These changes are really designed to reduce stress of the homeowners by eliminating monthly payments, removing the need for forbearance requests, and avoiding defaults. Some specifics on our forgivable loan program. It is a 0% interest loan where 20% of the principal is forgiven each year over 5 years. The deferred loan is a no repayment is required until the property is sold. And then our grant assistance, households with very low income who lack repayment ability may qualify up to $15,000 in grant assistance for emergency repairs, lead-based paint abatement, and accessibility modifications. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Ms. Duval?
Yes.
Mr. Sutton?
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mrs. Hall?
Yes.
Mayor Laner?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have a resolution to make supplemental appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the City of Kettering, State of Ohio during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2025. Total amount requested is $595,932. This is requested by the Finance Department, and I move for approval.
Second.
Okay, Mr. Greason.
Yes, Your Honor. For the first item of the supplemental appropriation I'd highlight is relates to traffic signal maintenance. Mr. Bergstress explained the need for additional funds in those areas earlier this evening, so this is the appropriation for that. It's $15,000 that is requested for an increase to that contract. Estimated maintenance costs are $42,000, while the budget is $27,000. Therefore, the increase, as he explained. Additionally, there is a request for a supplemental appropriation of $18,800 for partial matching funds related to the acceptance of a brownfield remediation grant from the Ohio Department of Development through the Montgomery County Land Bank. These are grant funds that will be used to help pay for the cost of remediation activities at the former Cheerheart Cleaners property at 2659 Patterson Road. Seems like we always have an item related to that property, and we're making good progress. The city planned to fund the required match, which was almost $60,000, 25% of the total project cost through CDBG and Monsanto settlement funds, but the timing of the grant award made it impractical to allocate the CDBG funds, leaving $18,800 that we need to supplementally appropriate. Additionally, you approved the CDBG Annual Action Fund at a prior meeting and there's a necessity to do the supplemental appropriation of $562,132 for our participation in the CDBG program. That includes the new annual allocation of $509,000, $509,132, as well as estimated program income of $53,000. Those are the three things we're doing in this supplemental appropriation, and I'd be glad to answer any questions that you may have.
Anyone have any questions? Okay. Call the roll.
Ms. Duval?
Yes.
Mr. Suddeth?
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mrs. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mayor Laner?
Yes. Okay, we now have an ordinance in first reading.
Yes, Your Honor, I have an ordinance amending ordinance number 4254-15 to extend the period during which previously identified improvements to certain parcels of real property will be a public purpose and exempt from real property taxation. The owners thereof will be required to make service payments in lieu of taxes, expanding the list of public infrastructure improvements to be paid for with such service payments, and providing for payment of a portion of those service payments received to the Kettering City School District. This is requested by the City Manager's Office, and again is in first reading.
Is there anything you wish to add to that, Mr. Friesen, at this point?
I'd invite Mr. Chakowski to give a brief overview. We did a presentation on this, you might
Right.
remember Mr. Gant did approximately 30 days ago at the required public hearing, but in case we need to highlight it again, I invite Mr. Chakowski to do that.
Thank you, sir. Please, the council, if you may recall, it's been a bit of a journey to get here with this particular piece of legislation. So approximately 10 years ago, the city created the Prue Woods TIF district to fund the public infrastructure that is now Prue Woods Drive, connecting Dorothy Lane to the recreation center. That TIF is set to expire at the end of this year based on the legislation that's currently in place. Tax increment financing districts, TIFs, actually have an ability to exist for a period up to 30 years, but this particular one was created for a 10-year period. In light of information that's been, let me rephrase that, in light of the request of the city manager and council to begin to identify additional ways to provide revenue to the city to support capital infrastructure improvement, it is possible to extend this particular tax increment financing district another 20 years. And that is the journey we've been on together since February of this year. Earlier, council approved an amended development plan, and that is the plan on which these dollars can be expended. As I previously mentioned, the initial development plan was just for Prue Woods Drive. The amended plan that council adopted earlier this year now includes Prue Woods Drive, Dorothy Lane, as well as the recreation complex. So those three items are now eligible for the expenditure of dollars that would be generated by this tax increment finance district. The legislation that council is entertaining now is the first reading of the formal amendment to extend the district from a 10-year period to the 30-year period. Mr. Gant made presentation 30 days ago in the required public hearing on this process, but for those who may not have been paying, who may not have been tuning in 30 days ago or present 30 days ago, that brings us to where we are tonight. So there was tonight's first reading and then a second reading and subsequent council meeting and then adoption thereafter, and that will extend the life of the district. We currently estimate on collections through the 2003 tax year. We estimate that the extension of the Prue Woods TIF district will generate $1.2 million in revenues to be spent on capital expenditures in those three identified areas: Dorothy Lane, Prue Woods Drive, or the Kettering Rec Complex. So happy to answer any additional questions or concerns that council may have.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone have any additional questions? Okay, it has been a long tale, almost as long as Chair Hart Cleaners. Close. That is first reading. We have any certifications and petitions this evening? Mrs. Hayslip?
Your Honor, we do have one certification regarding PC 25-008 zoning text amendment. Planning Commission is recommending approval of amending selected portions of the City of Kettering zoning code. A public hearing regarding this request will be held at the August 26, 2025 City Council meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. At this point, I'd like to ask Mr. Greason to give the manager's report and community update.
Yes, Your Honor. Would like to highlight the Good Neighbor Award. Kettering, as you know, is full of good people that do a lot of great things, go the extra mile to help their neighbors, and often this is done without recognition. The Good Neighbor Award celebrates these individuals who go above and beyond. So nominees must be Kettering residents. They can be adults. They can be youth, age 18 or younger. Nominees will receive certificates of appreciation for the mayor, and one great neighbor will get a gift card. So we want people to nominate their neighbors who really go above and beyond. Nominations are due by August 31st. We always highlight our blood pressure clinic dates. That's because we want to ensure our residents are healthy. On the screen that you have the remaining August dates as well as our September dates. These are done in partnership with the library at the Dayton Metro Library Kettering Moran branch on Far Hills, which, as you know, is not too far from the Barns. If you need your blood pressure checked, please attend. We always highlight an upcoming phrase event, and I'd like to highlight EcoFest, Saturday, September 20th, 11 to 3. A lot of free activities, food trucks, excuse me, and a lot of fun. So we have sustainability as a key goal in our strategic plan, and this EcoFest event supports our significant efforts in those areas. Similarly, Shred Day and Recycling event, Saturday, October 11th. You would be surprised how many calls we get about this and how many people are interested in when this event is going to occur. So Saturday, October 11th is Shred Day. We'll have paper, styrofoam, and opportunities for electronics to become recycled. If you have questions about this, please call Don Kirchner, our sustainability manager. You could look at the electronic list on the screen to know what is recyclable, but we encourage the community to participate. And Your Honor, I would like to make one last remark. I know that you are going to, in a moment, highlight Councilmember Hall's service in our community and the fact that this is her last meeting, and I do not want to upstage you, but I do want to take my opportunity to say thank you, Councilmember Hall, on behalf of the staff for your service to the city of Kettering, and personally thank you for being on the council that brought me here to Kettering. I appreciate it. And best wishes.
I'm going to, with the approval of our law director, move up the proclamation that we would like to give to Mrs. Hall. Is that acceptable to do?
If council wants to vote to change the agenda, sure.
Okay,
So is there a motion to change the
I make a
agenda to
motion that we
move the
change the
proclamation
agenda
up?
and do the proclamation earlier.
Second.
okay. It's been moved.
Yes.
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 Boom, look how that worked.
Oh, you don't have a vote, Jill. I'll vote yes.
Abstain.
I would just like to do that while we're on the topic. I don't know if everyone in the room realizes that Mrs. Hall is resigning as of tonight. Her family is moving to Kentucky, and she'd like to be with them, which is kind of an understandable thing. So I would like to read a proclamation that we're going to present to you tonight, Jill. Whereas today we honor Jill Hall for her service and dedication to the Kettering community for the past 3.5 years. And whereas Jill embarked on her public service journey in 2022 as an at-large council member, championing critical causes including housing, hunger relief, and childcare. Whereas Jill has always sought to produce positive change through action, and whereas Jill has made a profound difference for residents of all ages with her work with art in public places and Partners for Healthy Youth, and her leadership in expanding Welcome Dayton to promote inclusivity. And whereas the Kettering community expresses its gratitude to Jill for her steadfast leadership and commitment to make Kettering a premier destination residents and business owners are proud to call home. Now therefore, I, Peggy Lehner, Mayor of the City of Kettering, Ohio, does hereby proclaim August 12th, 2025 to be Jill Hall Day in the City of Kettering, Ohio. And on behalf of City Council, City Administration, and the residents of Kettering, would like to commend Jill for her exemplary service and offer our best wishes for a rewarding future filled with good health and happiness.
That is really an honor and completely unexpected, and I just thank you so much. And I will go ahead and give my final community update. I want to really thank my fellow council members, city staff, and most of all, the people in Kettering, because you elected me and you entrusted me with the privilege of representing you. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's been an honor of my life to serve in my hometown and to really get behind the scenes knowledge of how a very well-run city operates. I'm really proud of the work that we accomplished together in housing, transportation, and building infrastructure, caring for kids through Partners for Healthy Youth, and the summer feeding program were really special. And I'm also grateful for opportunities that being on council afforded me, like being on Welcome Dayton, where we could welcome refugees and immigrants, including many of the Ukraine immigrants in our Kettering community. And we've done so many things, just even on the agenda tonight, there were wonderful things. I'm really grateful to serve under strong female leadership, and it was a rare opportunity to learn from successful women with Mayor Lehner and Vice Mayor Fisher. And it is a rare, for you, Mayor Lehner, it's a rare opportunity to learn from a seasoned woman in politics who really has given herself to public service, and you lead with integrity, and you do it with knowledge, and you do it with poise. And that's not something you see every day. So that was an amazing opportunity. Regarding council, I'm leaving knowing the city is in great hands. And Shane, I want to say you have a great future in leadership. And I really hope that you continue for a long time in a career as an elected official. I think you have a bright future. Thanks. Jackie, I wish I had nearly as much charisma and energy that you have. It's amazing to watch it in motion, and it's just been fun and educational to be on council with you. Brian, you also have a bright future in leadership, and I hope that you go far. I think you have the brains and bring great solutions to everyday problems in Kettering, and if you don't know, you're going to get the information and find good solutions, and I really appreciate that about you. And Lisa, it was such a joy to start council with you. I appreciate how you're always doing the right thing by Kettering citizens when you make decisions, and I hope you continue in leadership as well. Bob, I'm so grateful for the way you always champion business in Kettering, and they absolutely have an advocate in you, so I appreciate that a lot. I also want to note that it's important that on council, there's many of us that don't always agree on some of the big issues that we're facing today, but we vote together and we agree together on what's best for the city 99% of the time. and we get along, you know, and I wish that we could see that on the national stage and on the state level and so many things like that. And we agree to do the right thing for people in Kettering. I really regret that I have to leave early because my family is moving to Kentucky for my husband's job, but I am leaving the council in good hands. We have the best city staff out there, and I say that including police and fire, city planning, HR, finance, parks, the law department, and the city manager's office. Thank you, Matt, for continuing to maximize our potential as a city, and you're doing a great job. Really grateful for you. And I'm also grateful to have served with Steve Bergstresser the whole time. You always work with excellence, and you have a deep love for Kettering, and I think it's really great. Last thing I'm going to say is that one of the most important things I learned on City Council is that I would have been missing foundational knowledge of how government works had I pursued different office first. So one of the most important pieces of information, if I can pass on anything, is that I really believe at this point that people who serve in high office need to start with City Council. If they want to be knowledgeable leaders, the leaders that we deserve who have the relevant professional experience and public service experience so they understand how local government works and how effective government can work together. So we have the leaders we deserve on the state level and national stage. And with that, I just really want to thank everyone in Kettering for this opportunity to serve. It will always be my home here, and I'll carry these years and what I've learned here with me wherever I go. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Jill. You will be missed, and we certainly wish you all the best in Kentucky. And come back and see us anytime. Okay, thanks. We now will revert to the previous order of the agenda, and I would like to ask if there's anybody in the audience who wishes to speak to City Council tonight. Please come down to the podium. Each speaker will have a 5-minute limit. Speakers are asked to state their name and address. Is there anyone who wishes to speak before City Council? No, I thought I had a whole lineup of people. Just, well, we certainly welcome all of you who are here in the room, and come back. You can speak next time. Okay, we'll call on City Council to give their reports, and we will start with Mrs. Fisher.
So I'm going to uplift a few folk. First one being our employee council. They do an excellent job at constantly engaging our whole staff on fun, positive things, and I know my grandkids had a blast at Adventure Reef. Art Council, fantastic past weekend. I'm gonna uplift that because Shane's little girls happened to just pick the same piece of art that I picked out. I was like, what the heck? Good taste.
Art on the Commons.
Yeah, Art on the Commons. Centerville hosted the first suburbs, and they were a wonderful host in their new Benham's Grove venue. Fantastic, beautiful place. And last but certainly not least, I want to give my heartfelt appreciation, Joe, for your time and service to our community, and just wish you the best luck going forward.
It has been a busy couple of weeks, but I just wanted to highlight one event that Ms. Fisher was at and Mayor Lehner, and that was the grand opening of our new advanced manufacturing classroom at Fairmont High School. It is an unbelievable classroom. It's got top-notch machinery and equipment for our advanced manufacturing and engineering kids. So the kids were showing it off. They were really excited, and the teachers really excited, and the principals were really excited. But what was really cool to me was we had some business leaders there from Malat Industries, and Dayton Reliable Tool, is that right?
Yeah.
And they spoke about the amount of interns that they've hired out of our programs or have just had as interns. Some of them which currently still work there, some of them are in leadership positions at those companies. So really cool to see how, I mean, Kettering City Schools has something for every kid, and it's a really good example of it. So it was neat to be a part of that grand opening. I will also say school starts Thursday in Kettering for most kids, so get to bed early, or get your kids to bed early, and get them a good breakfast. And then lastly, I cannot say it better than Mayor Lehner, and I cannot follow up what you said, Jill, because that was great what you had shared with us. I just want to say, first of all, happy Jill Hall Day. That's really cool. Congratulations on that. And I just wanted to thank you for your service to Kettering and all that you've done, and just how kind you were to Brian and myself as new members. I really appreciate that. So good luck moving forward, and thank you for your service.
Thank you.
August 2nd, 2 Saturdays ago, we had our annual Kids Day in the Park at Delco Park, hosted by one of our premier volunteer groups, Dorwood Optimist. There were 412 kids in that park that Saturday morning, having fun, getting prizes. It was a great event, and we draw from outside of Kettering, so it exposes non-Kettering people to some of the amenities we have in this city. So it was a great event, as usual. On the Shop Kettering front, I did a little research, and according to the National Retail Federation, the average amount spent on a child going back to school is $564. $253 on clothes and $170 on shoes. With just in the Kettering public schools, not counting the parochial schools, of about 7,000 plus students, that's over $4 million of spend. So there's a lot of dollars Kettering residents can spend with our merchants to get their kids back to school. To Jill, as a citizen, I really thank you for your service to the city. As a fellow council person, your passion for the things you held dear is extremely commendable. Don't ever lose that.
So, you made me cry already, so I don't. When I first ran for council and we campaigned together, it was so obvious how deeply you care and how much the struggles of other people matter to you. And that was so inspiring. And it was an absolute, it made me so happy to come on council with a friend. So thank you, and I'll miss you, and I will text you every other Tuesday.
If you don't text her back, she texts me. I need you to be available. A few things. First, congratulations to Chief Protzman and your staff on a fantastic National Night Out. Every year at the Phrase, it gets bigger and better, and a great job to the team, so send that to them from us. Fantastic event, and what a pleasure it is was for me to introduce Colonel Richards from the Air Force Base. He's the base commander there, and the Band of Flight again, and give a great concert, and what a great addition to the program the Band of Flight was. So congratulations on a great event. Also, a rare thing, I'm a fan of some weird things. And every year I go to the State Fair and I check out all the food that's been submitted for contests, the cookies, the pies, the honey samples. And I just want to give a shout out to Kettering's resident, Miss Carrie Carlos. You don't know Miss Carrie Carlos probably, but she won Best of Show in the baked pie division, double crust pie, and a blueberry pie that was delicious. So congratulations to Carrie Carlos of our community on her Best in Show prize at the Ohio State Fair. I always look for Kettering names, and hers was there for many entries in the pie category, but that blueberry double crust got her the blue ribbon. I was also able to attend the Reynolds & Reynolds annual employee picnic, and it was just a reminder of what a gigantic employer and asset to our community that Reynolds & Reynolds is, their philanthropy, and also everything they provide for the employees. And again, thanks to Kettering Police Department for being there that day and all the time that you pour into that facility to keep that property and those employees, like my wife, safe at that building. Shane mentioned schools are starting soon, which means traffic's changing. A little patience on Schroyer, where I live, in the coming weeks as we adjust to students in the crosswalks and parents dropping kids off at Van Buren and the high school. I want to remind you that Hispanic Heritage Month starts next month of September, and the Board of Community Relations, for which I am a part of, will be hosting the annual art contest again. Look for those details. Students are not watching this, but parents are. Encourage your students to check with the art teachers in the coming weeks about that contest. Also, in the shopping food arena, I had a chance to spend time with Beth Flippo, who's the owner of DEXA, the Drone Express company here in Dayton, Ohio. And did you know that you can order lunch from TJ Chumps, and they'll deliver it to your door via drone in our fair city? So every weekend from 11 to 2, you can order to-go delivery by drone from our very own TJ Chumps. If you live within a 1-mile radius like I do, the drone will come to your front yard. So just keep note of that, and Beth is really excited to expand DEXA's work in our community first. So it's a pretty unique thing we have here in Kettering.
Can we have our food delivered to your house?
Come by. Let's do it. Everybody just swing on by. I did say this for last. So Jill, 2 years ago when Shane and I came on board, we had the opportunity to sit with Bruce Duke during his last meeting. And we made a pledge to him that we would carry on the mantle of his passions. And that included art in public art, as well as the parks program. And we pledged to him that we would carry that on for him. It's a lot to carry because now you're leaving. But my pledge to you is that I will carry the mantle for Welcome Dayton. Jill and I share a heart for refugees and immigrants in our community. And you know of my work with East Africans, specifically Rwandans, Congolese, and Ugandans. I will do this work for you.
I can't top that. So I won't even. We are heading into the first day of school, 2 days from now. And let's make it a vow as a community that we will have 100% of attendance on the first day of school. And report that. I'll be there. I know you won't be there. When your kids will be there. I have missed many of the events that people have talked about here tonight because I was on a long, well-deserved vacation. But I think we all know a lot. But anyway, the city somehow survived. I want to say it was indeed a real pleasure that I wrote the Department Building project. It's been long in the works, many hours and thought and gone into it. Most of you probably don't know a whole lot about it. Stay tuned. Read some paper about it. It's going to be one of those exciting projects that really changes the community. And I want to thank Mr. Friesen in particular for all the hard work he put in as a brand new city manager with your vision. With that, if there's no further business to come before council tonight, meeting is adjourned. The next regularly scheduled meeting will be August 26, 2025.